Overstimulation is something that is slowly destroying millions of people from the inside out in today's time and ruining their lives, and they have no idea about it. Are you one of them too? Overstimulation. A while ago, your battle was with yourself, where you thought you could control yourself. But now, this battle is not with yourself but with developers, data scientists, marketing experts, behavioral scientists, massive social media companies, and tech giants who are 1,000 times smarter than you. You are fighting all these professionals, but you have no idea because these professionals want exactly that. Big companies are designing every aspect of their apps to fit your lifestyle, your food, your clothes, and every little thing, so you keep using their products repeatedly. This keeps your mind stimulated and increasingly stimulated, dragging you into the pit of overstimulation. To understand this, we need to go a bit back in history. In 1665, Newton was standing by his window, looking at a tree. Suddenly, an apple fell and hit the ground. For most of us, this wouldn't mean much, but Newton observed the entire journey of the apple falling with great interest. From this, Newton created the law of motion and revolutionized modern physics. Newton wasn't conducting any experiments, researching, or overloading his brain with information when he discovered the law of motion. He was just looking out his window for no reason. He was bored. But this was in the 16th century. Times have changed significantly since then. Nowadays, none of us would look out the window while bored or watch an apple fall with such attention. Spending some time with our thoughts bores us, but we don't allow ourselves to get bored. The reason isn't distractions around you. Even if all distractions are removed, there's still a restlessness inside you to do something. Your brain has become so used to overstimulation that you would prefer giving yourself an electric shock rather than being bored. A major experiment was conducted by social psychologists at the University of Virginia. They gathered several hundred students and working professionals and subjected them to an experiment called thinking periods. Each person was placed in a small room with white walls. They had no devices or anything to do. They were just left alone with their thoughts, which was their only form of entertainment. After being locked in the room for 10 to 15 minutes, when asked about their experience, 50% of the people didn't like it at all. Then, the researchers put them back in the room for 15 minutes, but this time, there was a red button in front of them. Pressing it would give them an electric shock. They were told they could give themselves a shock if they wanted. You'd think no one would press it, right? It's foolishness. But 67% of men and 25% of women deliberately pressed the button multiple times. For them, sitting quietly and doing nothing was more painful than giving themselves an electric shock. This research shows that most of us would prefer doing something, even if it's causing ourselves physical pain, rather than sitting alone with our thoughts. But why is that? The reason lies within our brains. If you look at our brain, it hasn't changed for thousands of years. Its basic functions are the same. In ancient times, when our ancestors struggled for survival, explored new places, and searched for food, they would get excited upon seeing any prey. Today, social media, the internet, virtual reality, these things excite us. But in ancient times, the same reasons that motivated our ancestors to chase prey or find fruit now motivate us to use Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, or eat junk food. Our motivation for anything depends on dopamine. You've probably heard a lot about dopamine being the pleasure hormone, but it's often portrayed incorrectly. People think dopamine is just a feel-good chemical released whenever you experience pleasure. But that's not entirely true. Dopamine is a motivating brain chemical. It doesn't just release after getting a reward, it releases even when you anticipate a reward. When our ancestors saw a deer, dopamine was released in their brains, motivating them to chase it. Today, when you see a notification on your phone, dopamine is released, motivating you to check your phone. Understanding this is crucial because dopamine controls our motivation. We are not living in the ancient times. We live in a super-normally stimulated world where posts, tweets, videos, images, junk food, Everything around us is designed to provide maximum pleasure. Big companies are putting in their day and night efforts to make you addicted to overstimulation and make this world overstimulated. Our brain's natural reward pathways are hijacked, making us feel that social media use is crucial for our survival, giving us immense pleasure. For example, eating junk food has always been an important part of our survival. In the past, eating more meant surviving longer. High-calorie foods filled our stomachs and provided relief. That's why today, junk food is designed to be as high in fat and calories as possible. When we eat a pack of chips once, our brain remembers it. Whenever we see a packet of chips again, dopamine is released, motivating us to eat it. We become slaves to our dopamine system, doing exactly what it urges us to do. Big companies in the modern world know this very well. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Coca-Cola, YouTube, McDonald's. These billion-dollar companies want you to use their products endlessly. To make this possible, they design every aspect of their products and algorithms in a way that constantly releases dopamine, overstimulating your brain and trapping you in this cycle. People are so overstimulated now that they can't focus on anything properly, always feeling tired. This is solely because their brain is reprogrammed according to these supernormal stimuli. Natural stimuli like sitting idly, observing nature, or walking, although good, are nothing compared to supernormal stimuli. Therefore, the long-term solution to this overstimulation is to increase natural stimuli activities and reduce supernormal stimuli, bringing your brain back to its natural condition. There are no tips or tricks or quick fixes like dopamine fasting that will help. If you want to save yourself long-term, you need to control how much stimulation you allow in your life. Determine what part of supernormal stimuli you will accept and how much you will replace with natural stimuli. To start, you must disconnect from your phone because it is the most dangerous supernormal stimulus in your pocket. But life without your phone would be difficult. Deleting all social media accounts and apps is also not practical. But these 3 practical steps can save you from an overstimulated life. First, delete unnecessary apps. Make your phone as simple as possible and follow a minimalist approach. If you must use social media, limit it to 1 or 2 apps. Avoid keeping unnecessary games, only keep apps that are most important to you. Turn off notifications for all apps and simply use your phone less. Second, avoid junk food, clothing brands, activities, and habits that overstimulate your brain. Before doing anything, ask yourself if it will overstimulate your brain or not. Third, don't run away from boredom throughout your day or routine, but embrace it. Spend some time alone with your thoughts. Boredom has given rise to many great ideas among great people. Boredom is not your enemy, but overstimulation certainly is. If you like this video, please support us by liking the video and subscribing to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.